Hi, I'm K. Sridhar, studying in Ashankar Institute of Technology, CSC, A section. I'm explaining about topic is hypothesis. Steps for hypothesis testings. Formulate H0 and H1. Select appropriate test. Choose level of significance. Calculate test statistics. Department determine prop associated with test state. Determine critical volume of test state. Compare with level significance. Determine of fails into the non-registration region. Reject, do not reject H0. Draw marketing research conclusions. Format the hypothesis. A null hypothesis is a statement of the status quo, one of the different or no effect. If the null hypothesis is not rejected, no changes will be made. An alternative hypothesis is one in which some difference of effects is expected. The null hypothesis refers to a specified value of the population parameter, example mu pi sigma, not a simply statistics x bar. Example of hypothesis test for the data in table purpose. We wanted to test the hypothesis that the mean of formally related to expanded to 4.0, the natural value of on the 7 point of scale, the significance level of alpha into 0.05 is selected. The hypothesis may be formalized as h not equal to mu less than or equal to 4.0, h1 mu equal to greater than or equal to 4.0, t equal to x bar minus mu by sx equal to 0.293, tcal equal to 4.742 minus 4.0 divided by 0.293 equal to 2.471 is example for hypothesis test. One sample t test. The df for the test t state in t n minus 1, in this case n minus 1 equal to 28. The probability asserts with 2.741 is less than 0.05, so the null hypothesis is rejected. Alternatively, the critical TA value of significance value of 0.05 is 1.7011. Since 1.7011 less than or equal to 2.471, the null hypothesis is rejected. The formulatory levels does exceed 4.0. Note that if the population standard deviation was known to be 1.5 rather than estimation from the simply estimated from the sample at Z test would be appropriate. Step 1. Formulate the hypothesis. A null hypothesis may be rejected, but it can never be accepted based on the single test. In marketing research, the null hypothesis is formulated in such a way that its rejection leads to acceptance of the decided conclusion. A new interrupt shopping service will be introduced if more than 40% people use it. H not equal to pi less than or equal to 0.40, pi greater than or equal to 0.40. Step 1. Formulate of hypothesis. In easy on previous slides, the null hypothesis is one-tailed test because the alternative hypothesis expressed directionally. If not, then a two-tailed test will be required as follows. H not pi equal to 0.40, pi h1 equal pi not equal to 0.40. Above step 2, select an appropriate test. The test statistic measured how close its sample has come to be null hypothesis. The test statistic often follows a well-known distribution. Example, normal T or H square. In our example, the Z statistic, which follows the standard normal distribution would be appropriate. Z equal to p minus pi, where sigma p equal to standard deviation. Step 3. Choose level of significance. Type 1 error. Across, if the null hypothesis is rejected when it into a fact true, the probability of type 1 error alpha is also called as level of significance. Type 2 error. Across, if the null hypothesis is not rejected when it is a fact false, the probability of type 2 errors is denoted to the beta. Unlike alpha, which is specified by the researchers to magnitude to the beta, depends on the actual value of populations parameters proportions. It is necessary to balance the two types of errors. Choose level significance. Power of a test. The power of a test is probability 1 minus beta of rejecting the null hypothesis when it is a false and should be rejected. Although V is unknown, it is related to alpha. An extremely low value of alpha equal to 0.001 will rejected into entirely high beta errors. Probability of Z within the one-tail test. Showing the graph. Shared area, unshared area. Step 4. Collect data and calculate test statistic. The required data are collected and the value of the test statistic computed. In our example, 30 people were survived and 7 stopped onto the internet. The value of the sample proportion is p equal to 17 by 30. The value of sigma p equals sigma p 0.089. Step 4. Collect data and calculate the test statistic. The test statistic Z can be calculated and flows. Zcal equal to p minus pi by sigma p. 0.567 minus 0.40 by 0.089 equal to 1.88. Determine probability value, critical value. Using standard normal tables, table 2 of the statistic appendix, the area to the right of Zcal is 0.301, Zcal 1.88. The standard area between 0 and 1.88 is 0.4699. Therefore, the area of the right of 1.88 is 0.5 minus 0.4699 equal to 0.0301. Thus, the p-value is 0.0301. Alternatively, the critical value of Z called Z alpha, which will give the an area to the right side of the critical value of alpha equal 0.05, is between 1.64 and 1.65. Thus, Z equal to 1.645. Note, in determining the critical value of the test statistic, the area to the right of the critical value is either alpha or alpha by 2. It is alpha for one-tail test and alpha by 2 for the two-tail test. 6 and 7. Step 6 and 7. Compare prob and the making to the decision. The prob associated with the calculated value of the test statistic Zcal is less than to the level of the significance. The null hypothesis is rejected. In our case, the p-value is 0.0301, thus the less than the level of significance of alpha equals 0.05. Hence, the null hypothesis is rejected. Alternatively, if the calculated value of test statistic is greater than the critical value of the test statistic, the null hypothesis is rejected. Compare probability and make to the decision. The calculate to the value of Z statistic Zcal 1.88 leaves into the rejection region behind the values of Z equal to 1.645. Again, the same conclusions to the reject the null hypothesis is reached. Note that the two ways of testing the null hypothesis are equivalent but mathematically opposite in the direction of comparisons. Writing the test statistics as TS, the probability of TS cal and significance level alpha that are rejected H0 but into TS cal greater than or equal to TSR. Then the rejected H naught. MTK research conclusion. The conclusion reaches to the hypothesis testing must be expressed in terms of the marketing research problems. In our example, the concluded that there we advised that the proportions of the interrupt used to the shop while the interrupt is significantly greater than 0.40, hence the department store should introduce the new internet shopping services. Assume the random variable x normally tested into the unknown pop variance estimations by the sample variance s square. Then the t-test is appropriate. Then t statistic t equal to x bar minus mu by sx is distributed with n minus 1 df. The t-dist simulation to normal distribution well shopped and symmetric as the number of df increases. The distribution approaches is normal drift. Thank you for your given opportunity. Thank you for your given opportunity.